Monty Irvin began playing in the Negro National League when he was 18 years old in 1937, and 3 times he hit better than 400 in the Negro National League. By the time he made it to the major leagues and played for the New York Giants, he was 30 when he began, and he was a little bit past his primes, but he still had a lifetime record of a 293. He also played in Mexico, like many African American stars. He played for Jorge Pascual, and one day his team had the bases loaded, and before Irvin went to the plate, Pascual called him over to his box and said that he would give him $200 if his team won. So Roy Campanella was the catcher on the opposing team. He got this idea. He said to Roy, "I'll split the $200 with you if you give me a fastball." Oh, Campanella said, "Sure, I can do that." But Irvin knew Campanella's character. He knew what he would do. He got a curveball, and Irvin hit it for a grand slam. He expected Roy Campanella would cross him up. He played in the outfield in the major leagues, but in 1946, when he was with the Newark Eagles, he was a strong-armed shortstop who fielded his position well and formed a double play combination with Larry Doby at second base. Larry Doby hit .339 at second base, and Monty Irvin hit .363 at shortstop, and that's your double play combination for the 1946 Newark Eagles. Hi everybody, this is Apba Brian with Apba Baseball Classics, and we are ready for game 21 in the All-Time Greats Tournament. This is the first game of a new best-of-3 series. The 1993 Toronto Blue Jays will take on the 1946 Newark Eagles. Here are your starting lineups. First for the 93 Toronto Blue Jays. All right, Ricky Henderson will lead off and play left field. Devon White is the center fielder. Sandy Alomar is second base. Paul Molitor is at third base. John Olerud, first base. Gary Carter in right field. Pat Borders is the catcher. And Tony Fernandez at shortstop. Pat Hinken is the pitcher. For the Newark Eagles, Pat Patterson will lead off and play third base. James Wilkes is in center field. Larry Doby is the second baseman. Monty Irvin is the shortstop. Leonard Pearson at first base. John Davis in right field. Charles Ruffin is the catcher. And Bob Harvey in left field. The pitcher is Leon Day. This game is being played at Rupert Stadium, and the Newark Eagles are managed by Biz Mackey, Hall of Fame catcher from the Negro Leagues. Cito Gaston is the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays. We're ready for the first pitch. Ricky Henderson steps in the box. Here's the pitch from Leon Day. 1-3 is a base on balls. And Ricky can steal on the first pitch. I give the catchers an opportunity to throw out the base runners, even Ricky Henderson. 11 through 29, because Charles Ruffin is a 9. 11 through 26, Henderson will be out. There he goes. 64, he is easily safe for the stolen base. The batter is Devon White, and right away the Blue Jays have a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Devo White. 55 is the roll. That's an 8 against a grade A pitcher. A ground ball to Larry Doby at second base. He throws to first. Henderson goes to third. 1 away. The Eagles will play the infield in. Robbie Alomar is the batter. Leon Day was 11-2 in 1946 in league play, and a 2.41 earned run average. Here's the pitch to Alomar. 65 is going to be a foul out to the shortstop over by the third base line. It's 2 away. Infield will move back, and here is Paul Molitor. 31 is an 8, and that is against a pitcher. That's going to be a base hit, a single, and Henderson will score 1-0 Toronto. John Olerud, who hit .363 in '93, 65 is going to be a pop-up to the catcher. So 3 outs, but Toronto gets on top, 1-0. Eagles coming to bat. Pat Patterson leads off for the Newark Eagles. He was one of the Negro League's top third basemen in the 30s and 40s. Started playing in the Negro Leagues in 1934, played in 1949. Pat Hinkins ready to make his first delivery. Here's the pitch. 35 is a 9 against the B. That's going to be a single for Pat Patterson. Average speed at first base, James Wilkes is the hitter. And that's a 33. That'll be a base hit. And let's see, here comes the B. So that runner will go to third. So first and third, Newark, and nobody out. That brings up Larry Doby, and my stats will come from seamheads.com, but Doby hit .339 in 1946. Toronto's going to play their infield back, try to get a double play. 43 is a 29. Ball's hit back to pitcher Henkin. He checks the runner at third and throws to first. 1-3 for the first out. Wilkes goes to second. Monty Irvin, now the infield will play in. 51 is a 7, and that's going to be a single. Both runners score, and the throw goes to home. Not in time. Irving goes to second on the throw. And the Eagles take a 2-1 lead here on the bottom of the first. 2 RBIs to Irvin. Patterson and Wilkes score. Batter is Leonard Pearson, the first baseman, 310 hitter. Tied for second for the Eagles in home runs. 26 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. And now John Cherokee Davis. 63 is a strikeout for Davis, but the Newark Eagles scored twice on 3 hits. We go to the top of the second, Newark 2 and Toronto nothing. Joe Carter will lead off the second for the Blue Jays. Born in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, but I think he grew up in Kansas City, Kansas. There's the pitch to Chris Carter, 32, is a ground ball to third base. 1 down. Play made by Patterson. Here is Pat Borders, the catcher. 65 is a pop out to the catcher, Charles Ruffin. 2 away. Shortstop, Tony Fernandez. 1-4 is going to be a fly ball to left field, caught by Harvey. 3 up and 3 down for the Blue Jays. We go to the bottom of the second. Eagles by 2-1 lead. The catcher, Charles Ruffin, leads off for Newark. 51 is a single for the catcher, Ruffin. And he's at average speed. Second time the Eagles have got their leadoff man on. Here's the outfielder, Bob Harvey. 245 hitter. Here's the pitch to Harvey. 61 is a ground ball. And I think it's going to be a double play. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. That brings us to the pitcher, Leon Day. 35 is going to be a single for the pitcher. And Day is a fast runner. Top of the order, Pat Patterson. 61 is a ground ball to shortstop, 6-3. No score in the bottom of the second. We go to the third, 2-1, Newark Eagles. The Newark Eagles were champions of the Negro National League, and then they defeated the champions of the Negro American League, the Kansas City Monarchs. That series was a best-of-7 series, and it was played in 3 cities. It was played in Newark, Kansas City, and they also had some World Series play in Chicago. Pat Hinken leads off for the Blue Jays. 26 is a ground ball to third. Nope, it's got an X, so it's a X modifier. It's a strikeout. That's Leon Day's first strikeout. Here is Ricky Henderson, who walked and stole and scored in the first inning. The roll is a 45. He's going to get another base on balls. And he's going to be looking to steal again. Devo White's the batter. There he goes. He is caught. This time he's out. Charles Ruffin throws him out. You need to get 27 or higher to be safe. So I'll score at 2 to 6. 2 outs and now the bases are clear. Pitch to Devo White. 23 is a ground ball to second base. The play there made by Larry Doby, 4-3. We're ready for the bottom of the third, still 2-1 Eagles. This game is being played in Rupert Stadium in Newark, New Jersey. Let's take a look at the stadium. James Wilkes will lead off for the Eagles in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch from Pat Hinken, 1-2. It's going to be a ground ball to second base, 4-3. Robbie Alomar makes that play. Wilkes is the first out. Here is Larry Doby, who everyone knows was the first African-American player in the American League, not long after Jackie Robinson opened the door with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Here is Larry Doby's. 51 is going to be a fly ball to center field. Devon White is under it and makes the catch. His double play partner, Monty Irvin, playing shortstop for the Eagles. 54 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Joe Carter. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the fourth. Newark leads 2-1. All right, here is Robbie Alomar for the Blue Jays. 35 is the roll. That is a single for Robbie Alomar. Fast runner at first. Paul Molitor, a .332 hitter in 1993, is up to bat. 64 is going to be a base on balls. So the first 2 men reach for the Blue Jays. Great opportunity here, nobody out. And a .363 hitter stepping in the box, John Olerud. Here's the pitch to Olerud, 63. Fly ball to center field. And that is caught. The runners will hold. Might have been a good time to try hit and run on it, and you get a 31. I think that would probably been a good result. Here's Joe Carter. 62 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Leon Day has tightened the belt a little bit here, and he is coming up big with runners first and second. Here's Pat Borders. 26 is a ground ball to second base. He goes the short way to the shortstop to get the runner coming down from first. That's 3 outs. Blue Jays get the first 2 on, but they can't go further. Here we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 2-1 Newark. All right, Leonard Pearson leads off for the Eagles, a .310 hitter in 1946. And the roll is 26. That's going to be a strikeout. That's the third strikeout for Pat Hinken. 1 away in the fourth. John Davis. That is a 41 roll, and that's a ground out to the shortstop, Tony Fernandez, 2 down. All right, Charles Ruffin, the catcher, comes to bat. His chest is probably a little bit puffed out at this point after throwing out Ricky Henderson trying to steal on the third. Here's the pitch to Ruffin. 24 is a swing and miss for strike 3. 4th strikeout for Pat Hemken. We go to the 5th inning. Newark Eagles 2 and the Toronto Blue Jays 1. Shortstop Tony Fernandez leads off for the Blue Jays. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a X modifier, so he strikes out. 3 strikeouts for Leon Day. Here's the pitcher, Pat Hemken. 32 is a ground ball to third base. Pat Patterson is up with it, throws to first, 2 outs. Ricky Henderson, who's been on base with 2 walks. 1-5 is going to be a single for Henderson. And he has the opportunity to steal on the first pitch with 2 outs. Tries to steal second again, and he is again thrown out. The roll was 25, and unfortunately the camera was off. But he is the final out of the top of the 5th inning. Bob Harvey leads off for the Eagles in their home whites trimmed in blue. 53 is a 15. That's going to be a fielding column 1 for the Blue Jays. That's going to be a fly out to the left fielder, Ricky Henderson. Toronto is fielding column 1. Newark is fielding column 2. Here's the pitcher, Leon Day. 1-2 is the roll. That's going to be a ground out to the second baseman, Robbie Alomar. Score at 4-3. There's 2 outs. And now third baseman, Pat Patterson. 41 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Tony Fernandez. And Pat Patterson's retired, so are the Eagles. We go to the 6th. It is still 2-1 Newark. Devon White will lead off the top of the 6th for the Toronto Blue Jays. And their lineup set with speed at the top. It's like they have 3 leadoff hitters right there, 1, 2, 3, Henderson, White, and Alomar. Here's the pitch to Devo White, 53. 17 is going to be a fielding column 2. That's going to be a single for Devon White out of Kingston, Jamaica. Fast runner at first, nobody out. Here is Robbie Alomar. 326 hitter with 17 home runs. Kind of like the hit and run, but I don't want to negate his power. And, well, let's let him swing away. 52 is a 27, and that is going to be a fielder's choice. Nope, that's an X. He has the X modifier, so strikeout for Alomar. Paul Molitor. 16 is a 28. That's a fielding result of 6-3. Devo White makes it the second. 2 outs, and now John Olerud. We're going to gain 100 points on the batting average here and walk the 363 hitter, Olerud. That'll bring up Joe Carter. He's got a lot of power, 33 homers, but he hits 99 points lower. First and second, 2 outs. Leon Day takes his stretch. Here's a pitch to Joe Carter. 1-3 is a 22. And that is a error by the pitcher. E1. Loading the bases. For Pat Borders. Can Pat Borders put a quarter in the merry-go-round? Here's the windup and the pitch to Borders. 26 is a 24. That is a ground ball to the shortstop. He goes the short way, 6-4. And Leon Day survives a bases loaded situation. Nobody scores. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still, Newark 2 and Toronto 1. James Seabiscuit Wilkes leads off for the Eagles. Henkin is rated to pitch to 27 batters before his point of fatigue is reached, and he's only pitched to 19 batters. He's only given up 5 hits. Hasn't walked anybody. Here's the pitch to Wilkes. 64 is a first walk given up by Pat Henkin. That was my fault. I shouldn't have mentioned the walks. Larry Doby is the batter. No outs. Speed at first base. He's going to swing away. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Ricky Henderson pats the glove and makes the catch. Monty Irvin. 44 is a 7 against a B with a runner on first. That's going to be a base hit, and Wilkes goes to third. First and third, 1 out. Infield's going to stay back for the Eagles. Leonard Pearson comes to bat. 310 hitter, first baseman, 6'2", 200 pounds. 61 is a 24. That's going to be I think a double play. 4-6-3. And Pat Henkin, much like Leon Day, negotiates a tight situation with no damage. We go to the top of the 7th. 2-1 Eagles. All right, Leon Day is back out there in the 7th inning. This is his point of weakness inning. He was in the East-West Negro League All-Star game more than any other Negro League player. He made 7 appearances in that game. Tony Fernandez leads off for the Blue Jays. 54 is a fly ball to right field, caught by John Davis, 1 away. Here's pitcher Pat Henkin. 44 is a 9 against an A pitcher. I think that's an out. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. 6-3. 2 outs. And the top of the order, and Ricky Henderson, who's been on base 3 times solo base, but he's been caught stealing twice. 1-2 is a X. Leon Day has the X, and that's a strikeout. So 3 up and 3 down for the Blue Jays in the 7th inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. They still trail by 1. John Cherokee Davis, a .319 hitter in 1946, leads off the bottom of the 7th against Pat Henkin. 64 is a base on balls for Davis. He is a slow runner. Charles Ruffin, the catcher. The Eagles will play it safe on the base pass. 56 is a swing and miss for strike 3. Here's Bob Harvey, the left fielder. 1-2 is a 25. That's going to be a double play ground out to the second baseman, Robbie Alomar, who flips to Tony Fernandez and over to first. 3 outs. Top of the 8th, the Newark Eagles holding to that 2-1 lead. All right, Leon Day returns to the mound. He's only 5'9", but he features a outstanding fastball. Here's the pitch to Devon White. Singled his last time up. 54 is going to be a fly ball to the right fielder, John Cherokee Davis, and that's the first out. White is 1 for 4 on the day. Brings up Robbie Alomar, who is 1 for 3. 54 is also a fly to right field. 2 outs. Paul Molitor. 1-2 is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. It's got the X modifier, so Molitor is down swinging. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Newark Eagles 2, Toronto Blue Jays 1. Pitcher Leon Day will remain in the game and grab the bat, go up there to face Pat Henkin here at the bottom of the 8th. He was often a 300 hitter as a pitcher, and he played some second base and outfield as well. 45 is going to be a base on balls. So the leadoff hitter is on, and he's a fast runner. Pat Patterson's the batter. Pat Patterson will try to hit and run. There goes Day, the pitcher. 1-5 is a 10. That's going to be a single through second. And the runner goes to third. First pitch, Patterson might steal. Borders is a 8 catcher, so 11 through 23 he'll be out. Wilkes is the batter. Here's the pitch. There he goes. 44, he is safe. Pat Patterson swipes second. Second and third, nobody out for James Wilkes. Timeout. Manager Cito Gaston will take the walk to the mound. He's going to bring in reliever Dwayne Ward. 2 and 3 with 2.13 earned run average. He's an A pitcher with a KXY modifier. And that KX strikeout numbers are what Cito Gaston is looking at here. He's going to play the infield in. Here's the pitch to James Seabiscuit Wilkes. 53 is the roll. That's a 16 on feeling column 1. Let me get to the right page. And that's going to be an error by the center fielder on a shallow pop-up. The runner is going to be thrown out at home, so Day's out 8-2. Patterson goes to third, and on the error by center fielder and the throw to home, Wilkes will go to second. So it's 3-1. No, it's 2-1. They didn't score, and there's one out. Adobe. Here's the pitch to Adobe. The infield is going to be in. 45 is going to be a walk. Bases loaded. Brings up Monty Irvin, the shortstop. And like John Olerud, Monty Irvin hit 363 in 1946. Dwayne Ward's in a heap of trouble. He's going to want to try to get a ground ball double play here. So the Blue Jays will play the infield back. Here's the pitch to Irvin. 23 is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. Almost as good as a double play. Leonard Pearson. Dwayne is trying to keep the lead at 1. Here's the pitch to Pearson. 1-3 is going to be a base on balls, and it's going to walk or run in. So now it's 3-1 with 2 outs. Here is John Cherokee Davis. 0-for-2 with a walk. 61 is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. 6-3, that's the end of the inning, but the Newark Eagles do add 1 insurance run to take into the 9th inning a 3-1 lead. Here's the Blue Jays' last shot at the Eagles here in the 9th inning. John Olerud, Joe Carter, and Pat Borders. Here's a pitch from Leon Day. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field, caught by Bob Harvey, 1 away. Joe Carter. 1-1 roll, that's a 4 against the A pitcher. That's going to be a double for Joe Carter. Brings the tying run to the batter's box. Pat Borders. Day's pass is pointing a weakness, but that's only the first bad thing to happen to him. He needs to have 2 more bad things before his grade level goes down. Here's the pitch to Borders. 25 is an 8. And that's going to be a result of 26. Ground ball to second base. Larry Doby throws to first. And Joe Carter goes to third. 2 away. It's going to be up to Tony Fernandez. Eagles infield, of course, is back with 2 outs. There's the pitch to Fernandez, 56. Is a swing and a miss for strike 3. That ends the ball game. Final score, the Newark Eagles 3 and the Toronto Blue Jays 1. We'll be back with the wrap-up. All right, in today's game, the Toronto Blue Jays scored 1 run on 5 hits. They committed 1 error. And the Newark Eagles scored 3 runs on 6 hits, and they committed 1 error. The winning pitcher was Leon Day, 9 innings pitch, a complete game, 1 earned run, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Losing pitcher was Pat Henkin, who also pitched well, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Stars of today's game, Charles Ruffin will remember this game. He threw out Ricky Henderson twice on the base pass, and don't think that didn't have an effect on the game. He also went 1 for 3. Pat Patterson, the leadoff hitter, veteran third baseman for the Newark Eagles, was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a stolen base. And Patterson was 2 for 4. Monty Irvin was 2 for 4, and he drove in 2 of the 3 runs. So, but the star, I would say, is pitcher Leon Day. He also was 1 for 2 hitting. But Leon Day, in the Negro Leagues, in the last 3 games, have, between the Hilldale Daisies and the Newark Eagles, these 2 teams, their aces, have shut down the teams they've been facing here. First of all, the Daisies threw 2 1-hitters against the 2001 Seattle Mariners. And now today, Leon Day holds the Toronto Blue Jays to 1 run. So these 3 pitchers, Nip Winters, Paul Cockrell, and Monty Irvin, or not Monty Irvin, but Leon Day, have held their opponents to 1 run in 3 games. And the Eagles, they have another good one going tomorrow. That is Max Manning. And that game is tomorrow. It's going to be played at Toronto. Thanks for watching today. Have a good day, and God bless.